first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers or by phone at 402-858-9356.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Play ball! Tired of the same old routine? Then bring your crew out to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. Enjoy action-packed home games all week long from May through August. It's the perfect change-up to the typical family night or makes for a home run outing with friends and coworkers. Experience the magic and get in on the excitement. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets now. Unleash the fun.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Bree Fansteel, local race car driver. Join me and James Rowland every Sunday at 7 p.m. for The Finish Line, where we discuss off-road, on-road, and sometimes next-to-the-road racing on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Husker Nation, now is the time.
Holy moly! Man, woman, and child did that. Put them in the aisle.
Diving touchdown, Nebraska. Does he have enough? Is it long enough? It's going to be tipped and caught. It's caught.
How many tackles can one man break? He's to the 20. He's to the 10. He's on the way.
Totally unbelievable. It's game day in Lincoln, America. And this is the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show.
Check this out.
The A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show is powered by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel.
Come on.
Get up and get loud, Husker fans. The A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show starts now.
Happy game day in Lincoln, Nebraska. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen kicking things off on the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. A1 Automotive always honest answers, 11th and L. We are down at 1040 O Street, 11th and O for those who don't know that. The Milk Coffee and Tea open for you for coffee and beer if you want beer right now. And we are officially 2 hours and 23 minutes away from kickoff, Sip, the first one of the year. How are you doing on this fine Saturday afternoon?
How do you think I'm doing? The day's incredible. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. We finally have a game, and there's a lot to talk about. So, yeah, I feel really good.
Now, you asked me before we kicked off this pregame show, what do we want to talk about off the bat? And I think this is embarrassing. Now, Nebraska has not made a bowl game, we all know, since 2016. Now, the embarrassing thing the last 4 years is they have lost the first game of the season the last 4 years. And actually, if you go further, they've lost the first game 5 of the last 6 years. Their lone win in that stretch, an ugly win in 2019 against South Alabama, 35-21, which was...
It was an ugly win.
It was not good.
It was an ugly win.
It was ugly, but Nebraska won the game. 2018, of course, they lose to Colorado when the Akron game got canceled due to storms. Okay. So they have started off 0-1, 5 of the last 6 years. That does not wreck a season, but for a team that's probably has some mental fragility, it's important to just take care of business against a clearly lesser foe today.
Yeah, you can. There's different entities to think about in that conversation. One is the team, the program. The other is the fan base. Those are two of the things to think about. And I just, for the fans' sake, it'd be really nice to get off on a winning foot.
My God.
Those losses, when I think about those losses that you went through, the Illinois loss at Illinois was crushing to the spirit. It was the way Nebraska played was crushing. You had the critical special teams error.
Throwing the ball out of the end zone on a punt return, you mean?
At the one, yeah.
Get a safety on that.
Very
he threw the ball. Cam Taylor-Britt, an NFL player, by the way, who plays second-round pick.
Right.
Fielded a punt at the 2-yard line, went backwards, and threw the ball forward for no reason at all to avoid the safety, which ended up being a safety. But that's
anyway.
In the past, we've moved on.
Then, of course, Ireland was a lovely trip for us. You had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and it was memorable. But people don't want to hear about it. I've learned that about Nebraska fans. Like if I start talking about, wow, I'd like to go back to Dublin. It was so much fun. Like, that wasn't fun. Why was that fun? Why do you want to reflect on that?
I had a great time besides the game.
Why? But Nebraska fans, like, why do you want to reflect on that? That was another crushing loss, and it was crushing to both the fan base and the program. I've told you that story of, we got back from overseas.
Yes.
And that Tuesday, I'll never forget it as long as I live. I mean, there are a lot of things I forget. You know that.
Oh,
you work
every
with me.
day. You're forgetful. Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember
intel you've forgotten as well, and some things.
That Tuesday, running into Eric Chenander outside the stadium after practice.
Nebraska's former defensive coordinator, Eric Chenander.
Yeah, and we were talking, and Nebraska was set to play North Dakota the next week,
which was also a bad game.
And we were and I kind of was discussing, okay, you think you got this, you get your feet under you this week. And what I saw in his eyes was utter fear. He knew there was problems. There was I know fear in someone's eyes when I see it, and I could hear it in his voice. I knew when I walked away from that conversation, they were in trouble. Well,
that year, that was the only win Northwestern had, was against Nebraska in Ireland.
And
they went 1-11.
Right.
Nebraska lost to Georgia Southern the week after the North Dakota win, which is, by the way, a tight game in the early fourth quarter.
Right. And North Dakota caused them problems.
That's what I'm saying. North Dakota,
right,
the next week caused Nebraska. That was a tight game. I might have been tied early fourth quarter.
It was problematic.
I think it was 17-17.
Right. See,
and then Georgia Southern happened, and the rest was history.
What Chenander probably knew that we didn't was how bad Northwestern was. See, because I thought, Northwestern, not that bad. They got those 2 NFL running backs. No, those weren't 2 NFL running backs. Nebraska made them look like NFL running backs. That was the problem.
Yep.
But anyway, so yeah, we're talking about things that aren't particularly uplifting today.
Let's talk about today. Nebraska's a 27.5 point favorite against UTEP, who's got a brand new head coach. They've had problems for years at UTEP, being a 3-9 type of program. You've talked to the new head coach when you're down in Texas.
Yeah.
He's from Austin P. Is that correct?
Yeah, Austin P. And he's a Texas guy. He's a Texas guy. He's full of energy. Everybody says that. And he is. He's a little guy. He kind of reminds you of PJ Fleck in a way, a little more genuine version of PJ Fleck. He'll get UTEP right eventually. It's just hard to imagine it happening too quickly. Let's put it this way. I think that you could find 12 teams in the FCS that are better than UTEP. I don't know that if UTEP was in the FCS that they'd make the playoffs. It'd be probably pretty close. They have a long way to go, but he'll get them right, and they can cause problems, Jake. They're going to snap it quickly. Every 12 seconds is what they want to do, or less than 12 seconds. And that can cause problems.
I don't think Nebraska is going to be surprised by that, though. They've seen that before in the
past.
They have,
but it still can cause problems. No matter how often you see it, no matter how veteran your defense is, when things are moving that quick. I mean, that's the whole idea for the offense, is to get the defense on its heels, maybe get them a little confused, and then you pop one.
But the thing about Nebraska, though, which is great for this program, is we all know that right now the depth on the defensive line especially is good. It's deep.
Yeah.
So when you have a fast-moving offense you're going against, you can get pretty tired in that. But guess what? Here comes the backups, who are very, very good.
Yeah, they should be okay. I mean, they're definitely deep up front. Not as deep in the linebacker core, but not good enough. Not as deep in the secondary, but good enough. No, they should be. I mean, I don't want to act like I'm worried. I'm not. I think Nebraska will be fine in this game. I hope what I see is that the defense forces a lot of 3 and outs, and there's a lot of possessions, and then Dylan can go to work. get Dylan a lot of possessions.
Yeah, we've gone 10 minutes so far. I've not mentioned the name until right then.
How about that?
Dylan Raiola making his start as a true freshman quarterback, won the job over Heinrich Harburg, who, by the way, I guess we will see still on the field today per Matt Rule and Marcus Satterfield. You will see Heinrich Harburg in some capacity as a quarterback, although Dylan's the starter. So we'll see what that picture looks like.
Oh, there's Laura.
No, that'd be my wife, Elizabeth, actually.
Yeah. I'm just calling everybody Laura today.
Kevin, Janita, her parents, and Elizabeth. Yeah,
your family's all your family comes to see you.
I've got like 20 family members here today.
20 family members. I have 0. What's that tell you?
Where's Marty at?
Marty's here next week.
Oh, see, you'll one up me next week.
Yeah,
I got this week covered. You got next week.
Yeah, that's next week. Marty will be in town for the Colorado game.
Well, great.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on in this game. Obviously, Dylan Raiola is a huge story for everybody. It's locally, it's been sort of, no kidding. Dylan Raiola is going to be the starter. It's more of a story probably nationally.
Yes.
A lot of people will be watching that. Of course, we'll be watching it too. I expect that he'll be good to very good today. But you know what you're watching. You know what one thing. Let's just get into it. Just watching protection.
Yep.
How's the left tackle look? Is Maurice Westmoreland? Where's he lined up? I'm going to watch that right away. Is he lined up over Benhart, or is he lined up over Corcoran? Or are they moving him around? Maurice Westmoreland, number 0 for UTEP, is the guy to watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look for number 0.
And I don't want to.
He's a preseason first team all conference player.
Yeah.
For UTEP. Conference USA.
7.5 sacks. Maurice Westmoreland probably has been talked about this week by Nebraska more than he's ever been talked about in his life.
He likes it. He's like, I mean, a lot of tweets at me. I mean, a lot of tags from Nebraska. This is strange.
I must be pretty good. That's probably what he's thinking.
Let him get a big head and suffer. That's right. We're trying to inflate your ego, Maurice. Take that. Drop it down a step.
Yeah. So we'll see what that. I mean, listen, I think it's a big game for Turner Corcoran.
Now, without breaking any news here,
left tackle.
Yeah, we talked before the show about some potential drama at running back. Now,
I don't know if it's drama.
Let's go back to this week. I don't have the audio pulled up, but Satterfield and Rule both said they don't really have a clear cut number 1 running back. It's going to be all 4 backs playing of Dante Dowdell, Ramir Johnson, Emmett Johnson, and Gabe Irvin. 4 guys are going to play. It's not clear who will get the majority of those carries. But could we be looking at a surprise?
It sounds like
RB1 to start the game?
Yeah, and I will give you credit. You sort of,
and, for the first time ever, even off the air.
Really?
Even off the air, you said, I kind of take your advice with, I don't take it seriously. Your intel. I'm just a sales guy. There's a morning show. It's fine. I'm not an insider.
Right.
I feel like I'm Bill right now. I'm just a radio guy. Just a salesman.
There's people in my life
got some intel
that present themselves as insiders and give me information that's generally pretty good. When you do that thing, I don't listen as closely because you don't present yourself as an insider.
I don't have
to.
But
earlier in the week, you said you better keep your eye on Dowdell because he's come on late in camp.
Per my source who told me that, which you said, oh, yeah, okay, whatever.
I didn't listen to you.
Jake, that's cute.
It went in one ear and out the other.
Like a lot of things do in this life. But I told you.
Let's get to it.
It's not 2:30. We don't know. It might not happen. But
I know what we're getting at here, if people are confused, is Dante Dowdell, the transfer running back from Oregon, has had a good camp. And we think we're hearing he could start the game. Okay. So don't be surprised. And I would just say this, don't be surprised at all if Dowdell's not the starting running back.
Now
today.
let's go back to when he committed to Nebraska. People said, there's your running back.
Right.
And they were excited. Oh, we got an Oregon back.
Right.
And then wasn't impressive in the spring game.
He didn't have the big run in the spring game.
Again, wasn't that 2-hand touch? Were they tackling or not?
Yeah, they were tackling.
Okay. He didn't look especially fast on that run.
No, he didn't.
But
he's not especially
That's not who he is, though.
No.
He's someone that you don't want to tackle. And I think in the Big Ten, that's the back you need to have. Would I love to have breakaway speed? Absolutely. But you've got big dudes all over the Big Ten who can take contact, who can run through contact. I don't need to have a guy that runs a 4.2. Would that be nice? Yes. There's a place for that. But it's a place for having a guy who can take on the hits, bounce off them and fall forward for 3 yards versus falling backwards for -2.
Yeah, and like you said, Dowdell did come on during camp, during the month of August. He had to, though. I mean, just winding the conversation back, he was fine in the spring, but you heard E.J. Barthel, the running back coach, say, look, he's had to develop. He came here and he just wanted to run over everybody. That's not the way it works. You can't just run over everybody. There are times when you got to try to make people miss. They had to impart some development on him, and I think they did. I think he took it, and now we're hearing that he's the starter. Now, it's a great thing for him. And he is a big, good-looking back. He's 6'2", 225. That's the kind of back I like.
He looks the part of a Big Ten back.
He 100% does. So let's see. Let's see if that's what happens today. We don't know that for sure. That's what we're hearing from sources.
Excited to see also in non-running back. Excited to see Jamal Banks opener here.
Oh, yeah, and Nayor. And Nayor.
Let's see the growth of Thomas Fedoni at tight end.
Yeah.
Is there Carter Nelson signing today for Nebraska?
Yeah, you got it. Those are good bases to cover. It's all very exciting because Dillon has weapons. If this were a team where some past Nebraska teams where they weren't very deep at receiver, they weren't very big at receiver, that's changed now. Credit the Nebraska coaching staff and Dillon because Dillon helps get guys. I mean, he helped recruit Nayor.
A 5-star should help get 5 stars or 4 stars.
Yeah, he helped get Nayor here from Texas and Banks from Wake Forest. And now, Jake, you have what's most exciting to me about the receiver core is you have 3 burners now. We didn't even mention Ja'Cory Barney.
No, a true freshman from Miami.
And Nayor at 6'4", 220 can stretch the field because he's a burner. Banks not really a burner, but Nayor is a burner. Jalen Lloyd, we saw it last year, big-time speed, great deep threat. And Ja'Cory Barney, big-time speed. Now, think about it. They have 3 guys. Jake, we've had conversations on our show which we've been doing for 8 years, where we kind of wondered, do they have somebody that can take the top off the defense? Well, there's 3 guys at least that can take the top off.
Jalen Lloyd can, yeah.
Well, Lloyd can, Nayor can, Barney can.
Yeah, you got 3 guys.
Yeah. Maybe somebody else I'm missing, but those are the 3 I think of.
By the way, before we give our official score prediction, reminder.
Oh, is it time?
We got here a little late. But can I give you a couple score updates around the country?
Please.
If you recall, Virginia Tech was seen as a potential college football playoff team. Now, it's week 1. Weird stuff happens. They're down 17-3 at Vanderbilt right now.
That's trouble.
Late second quarter, almost halftime. 17-3 Vanderbilt leads Virginia Tech. That's a little bit of a stunner.
That's at Vandy.
It's at Vandy. Iowa leads Illinois State 3-0 late second quarter.
That's Iowa.
That's typical. Iowa. They've already had 2 forced fumbles, I think, in that game. Bad offense, as you expect. But Penn State at West Virginia, and Penn State up 13-3 mid-second quarter. Tennessee at Chattanooga up 21-0. Against Chattanooga up 21-zip. No surprise there. Last night in the Big Ten, Wisconsin looked bad for a while. They did pull away and win. The Badgers win last night. The final score was 28-14 against Western Michigan. There was a muff punt late in that game that really helped Wisconsin out. Michigan State did not look good. They beat FAU 16-10. Questionable call late in that game. Helped Michigan State. They won 16-10 in Jonathan Smith's opener. And there's your update right now on the games. All right, official score prediction. Your score for Nebraska UTEP today.
I got it 48-8 Nebraska. I think that the defense will dominate the game, give Nebraska a lot of possessions, and Dillon will go to work.
And I'm sticking with Nebraska does not cover the spread, but it's still a comfortable win. 38-13. Nebraska beats UTEP. Does not cover 27.5, but 25 points will do just fine ahead of Nebraska, Colorado next week. And most importantly, Sip, the first time in 5 years that they're 1-0 going to week 2.
That's what you want. That's what you want. I'll tell you what you don't want. You don't want Buzz Flabiano, the kicker for UTEP, out there with.
That's his name.
Yeah, his name is Buzz Flabiano.
I love it. I want to see
kicker.
I want to see him have a long kick. Buzz
Flabiano. I don't want to see Buzz Flabiano on the field with 3 seconds left, kicking a field goal to win the game.
Let me ask you this, Sip. A guy with that name, was he destined to have success in life or failure in life?
I'd say 100% success.
Okay, Buzz Flabiano.
I love the name Buzz. And then when you put Flabiano with it, it's even better. Buzz Flabiano.
Okay, we're going to end our segment with a selfie for social media purposes. So,
are we?
Yep.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Does that look bad?
Perfect. All right. All right,
it's really bad when old men do selfies. It's not good.
We're going to send this off to the Kindler Hotel because Nick Sainer and Jay Foreman out there. We have got a partnership with the Kindler Hotel for a couple segments. So we will send it out to Nick Sainer and Jay Foreman next from the Kindler Hotel, just a block north of us at 11th and P.
Wow, we're doing crazy things at the ticket.
We are. So when we come back, we will get to those guys. That's it for me and Sip. Enjoy your game day, and we will see you on Monday. More of the pregame show is next.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
The Kindler Hotel in downtown Lincoln is a boutique hotel experience unlike any other in the area. Their 45 well-appointed rooms take inspiration from the history of Lincoln. Their double queen rooms are great for guests traveling with family, and the suites are great for a business trip or romantic getaway. No trip to the Kindler is complete without a handcrafted cocktail from Boitano's Lounge on the main floor, with comfortable seating options both inside and on the outside patio. Book your room today at thekindlerhotel.com in Lincoln at 11th and P.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Fuhrer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
This is Shane Podliska, mortgage lender at Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. I'm here to help you achieve your goal, the American dream of home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home or looking to refinance, I've got the experience and know-how to make it happen. So let's tackle this together. Call me, Shane Podliska, and let's get you into the end zone of home ownership. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Go Big Red.
Personal banking like you remember.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety.
Yes, sir. This is Jay Foreman and Nick Sainert coming live from the Kindler Hotel patio. We are brought to you by General Fire and Safety. Are you starting a business in a brand new building? Call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire and safety system that fits your specific needs for your business, employees, and customers. Go to LincolnGFS.com for more info. We got plenty of people walking past. Go Bear Red is in the building. But who is really in the building here at Kindler is myself, Jay Foreman, as you see is here, with my man, Nick Sainert.
That is right. Jay,
my
we're here.
partner in crime. Nick, what are you feeling? It seems like it's been 3 years since we've been able to talk about Husker football. Yes, we had the spring game, but since Matt Rule is obviously showed a lot of progress in year one, didn't make a bowl game, but very close. The last month of the season, a lot of new additions, a lot of hype around the program. Not only is 93.7 The Ticket crew talking about the transfer portal and the guys that are developed nationally, Nebraska is back on the forefront. What do you expect today?
Well, I think here's the thing, Jay. It's been 281 days since Nebraska lost to Iowa. 281 days, and we've seen all the videos, all the hype off season, all the news and noteworthy events. But ultimately, here you are. You're at home for the first time for your first game of the season in a few years, right? Because you go back to, I believe it's since the first time since 2019 that Nebraska starts the season at home this season, because in 2020, they went on the road in the COVID year to Ohio State. 21, they went to Champaign and played Illinois. 22, we all know the onside kick debacle in Dublin. And then last year you open it up at Minnesota on the road. So you get to start at home. And frankly, you don't have to play a week 0 game when you're the biggest game in the country. Right. You don't have to play another Power 5 opponent. There's a great opportunity here for Nebraska to really come in today, assert their dominance, show what they've been working on in those last 281 days since the loss against Iowa last year, and start out 1-0, which seems like something that's kind of a foreign thought and feeling here in Lincoln.
Yeah, I mean, as years add up and games and hard losses and intensity is piled up on this program, it seems to double when you're a great story program like Nebraska and you don't make a bowl game, you don't get started on the right foot. So this is a great opportunity against a game UTEP team that's going to come in with new energy, with a new coach. Brought in some transfer portal guys that he knows that's going to play his system and play to the style he likes. But I think Nebraska, as you mentioned, all their previous years, if there ever was a year I felt like the team from top to bottom, that's administration to head coach to support staff to football staff and football administration, all that stuff is all moving in the right direction, which leads to, on the field, the best setup for Nebraska to get off on the right foot, which is a victory against UTEP. It's not going to be, like I said, the path to a bowl game or to a major bowl game, I would say, is easy because you can say, listen, if we do this, we get this. If we do the X, or we do this. If we do Y, we do this. So the path is a little bit easier because you're not on the road for 2 games. You're not starting in Dublin, so forth and so on. You get 4 home games with this great atmosphere. With the infusion of talent and energy, along with the head coach, has shown that even though he played and wants is from Pennsylvania, he is welcomed and has became a Husker and revitalized nationally what Nebraska is about, both outside of the state borders, but internally has done a really good job of resetting what it means to be a Husker. I think it's a great opportunity for everybody involved with the football program to get off on the right foot.
I mean, we can't bury the lead. We saw who was the first Husker stepping off the team bus before their legacy walk to the stadium, and that's quarterback 1, Dylan Raiola, right?
As it
and it should be, right? But I mean, I even asked you when we were hanging out earlier today, like what is the thought process right now? And you said you're nervous, but it's not a bad thing to be nervous.
No, actually, I want all the natural feelings to get out of your system. I mean, to be nervous, to be excited, to have some anxiousness, and to have anxiety, to be a little bit worried, a little, I wouldn't say scared, but just the point of not that you're scared that you can't live up to your own expectations. And then I want you to be excited to show everybody who you are and what you've done since you've been here, since essentially the beginning of the new year, and how hard you've worked. And then listen, the one thing about Dylan that people don't understand is that, he's the first one in, the last one to leave. And to be 19 years old, lets one, good, strong family structure. Obviously, I went against his dad, played with his dad. I love his dad personally to death. One of the best players ever to play at the University of Nebraska, and then obviously played a long time in the NFL. And his son is taken to that. And then also with the support system, not only from everybody in his house that he grew up in, everybody outside that house that knows that and loves his dad and loves his son, and which is Dylan the same, he's ready for it. And look, he comes from a storied program in Georgia. He'll be ready for the challenge. And it's the first step among many to trying to prove his greatness at the University of Nebraska. It's one play, one series, one game at a time. And, look, him coming off first, he's the leader, whether he likes it or not, whether people like it or not. He's the guy that's going to lead this program, not only in the first game, this whole season, and in the near future, is that he is going to be the leader of the program. So I like it that he came off first, but he didn't shy away from it. That lets you know he's up for the challenge. And, yes, it's going to be a rocky road at times, but he's more built mentally, which is more important than physically, to handle that. But today, I look for him to have a big game.
I think you said something there at the end that kind of piqued my interest, where he's embraced it, right? Embraced whether it's spotlight or the leadership role or his role on the team and in this program, and from the viewpoint of the fan base. I think Nebraska needs a season where there's more guys like that than maybe in years past. It
Right.
feels like there has been a lot of instances where guys have shied away from the moment, shied away from wanting to make the play. Haven't decided they've chosen we're not going to be the ones to make the play, and either whether that's working through an injury, playing hurt, playing banged up, or just the preparation off the field individually. It's one of those things where it feels like Nebraska, in order to be successful, needs more guys to just kind of grind through it and embrace it. Whether it's tough, whether it's hard, or whether it's not, I mean, it's not fun.
It's a total flip of mindset. Instead of worrying about let's prove somebody wrong, let's prove ourselves right. You've worked hard. You've put in the time. You've made the sacrifices. You've added different players and good players that fit into your culture. Let's go prove ourselves right. You know, your expectations should be so high that they're not attainable. You know what I'm saying? But if you keep striving for that, you exceed any expectations that are external. If you keep fighting against the unknown, which is so-called haters, people that don't want you to do well, that's going to happen no matter what, even if you do well. So let's bear down the hatches, not kind of like Bo Pelini, us against the world. But let's sit in here and let's say, listen, what are our goals? Let's go out there and prove ourselves right. We know who we are, what we're made of, and what we've done to get to this point. And let's go out there and prove to ourselves that we're as good as we said and say that we are. And then again, how we practice.
Let's get into maybe what it looks like a little bit here as Nebraska getting ready for the 2:30 kickoff against the UTEP Miners here later this afternoon. If you're watching it on TV, you can check it out on Fox, and then you can make sure you tune into the post-game shows on 93.7 The Ticket immediately following the final whistle and the final horn. All right, Jay, let's talk about what we may think it looks like today, because it is a picturesque day for football. Picturesque day just to be outside, number one. Beautiful day to be in Memorial Stadium, around 90 degrees or so, give or take a few each way, but not a whole lot of wind. We see the branches out here at the Kindler Hotel not moving around a whole lot. I think officially it's like 5 to maybe 10 miles per hour of wind. Seems like a pretty good friendly day to throw the football, but also Nebraska's got a running back situation that needs to get figured out eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great day to, not obviously empty your playbook, but I think it's a great day to sit out there and do what you need to do, right?
Yeah.
I like the conventional run game. I think the running back room is underestimated per se, in that, yes, you don't know who's going to be the bell cow, but I think they have guys that play – they are bell cows in their individual roles. The offensive line, veteran guys that have started and played a ton of snaps, is meaning anybody in the nation. You should be well equipped to go out there and set the path for a young freshman quarterback to be successful. Then you go out and get two alphas at the receiver position in Banks and Nair. So you know that you're on pace right there, kind of what you wanted to do last year, along with the young guys that have developed not only through the spring and the summer, but then in fall camp. So offensively, it sets up for a really good day. Defensively, let's show everybody, yes, we had a good start under Tony White and company, but we're even better.
There was still a step to be taken. That's something I think
right.
a lot of people need to kind of really embrace this year. And sorry to cut you off, Jay, but it's one of these things where, yeah, Nebraska's defense was good last year, but certainly has room to improve. And there's an opportunity to take a step up.
That's a good thing, though, Nick, because if you thought that the Nebraska team would just be good, then you'd be like, oh, okay, well, we're just good. But they have the room to potentially go from good to like borderline great. Why? It's because you can execute at a higher percentage. You feel more comfortable with, Pork Chop as their defensive line coach, Dvorak as their linebacker coach, and everybody else that's came in and taking the bull by the horns, led by Tony White. You should take the next step with this veteran unit, though. Terrence Knighton, Rob Dvorak, and the new defensive back coach, you should feel very comfortable. And all the assistants, because of the NCAA rule, you expect the jump. Why? Execution should be a little bit higher. Then you should look forward to the point of where we're creating turnovers and doing the extra to be great. And that's what's going to take this defense to being from like the middle of the road to higher end. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to just be good in 2023. You want to show improvement in 2024. And that's what they're going to try to put on display today.
All right, before we wrap it up and get to break, all right, Jay, outside of Dylan Raiola, who are we discussing and talking about in a positive way on the post-game show at the end of the game?
Well,
today?
I think we're
and then what do you think happens
We're going to discuss, the running back room. One or two guys that end up taking the bull by the horns and having a good day. I think it's Emmett Johnson, Dante Dowdell, whoever starts, but I think also you see one guy emerge.
Yeah.
And it's not just the big runs, right? 60, 70-yard touchdowns. It's the guys that make the 10, 12, 13-yard run to keep you on schedule and on time to continue along the drive. I think we're going to see an improvement from an offensive line that's going to have to deal with a lot of inline stunts from the defense line of UTEP. But if they are a veteran unit and go out there and play together, I think you're talking about the offense and their consistency versus last year. Dylan's in there. Maybe I would say anywhere from 14 to 18 passes, a very controlled passing game.
Yeah.
But let's lean on to conventional run game as we get ready to finish off UTEP. But then put the stake in the ground against Colorado, against a smaller, quicker defense that you got to play big boy football coming in here next Saturday at 6:30 p.m.
You got a prediction?
This game?
Yeah.
I think Nebraska wins 45-13.
That's around where I'm at. I've continuously gone back to 41-10. That's kind of where I'm at. All right, once again, it's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. We're getting you ready for Nebraska and the Miners of UTEP here in just a little under 2 hours to go. We're about ready to hand it off to DP and AD, but once again, want to remind you about General Fire and Safety. Are you starting a business in a brand new building? Call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Go online to LincolnGFS.com for more info. Once again, the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Nick Sainert, former Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman alongside. We'll step aside. We're going to make our way over to Memorial Stadium. How about this? A lot of people down here.
There he is, Chris Hawkins.
Game day is in the air. Here we are, folks, as Nebraska gets ready to face off against the Miners. Thanks to Harrison on our board back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. DP and AD up next on 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com. You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
The Kindler Hotel in downtown Lincoln is a boutique hotel experience unlike any other in the area. Their 45 well-appointed rooms take inspiration from the history of Lincoln. Their double queen rooms are great for guests traveling with family, and the suites are great for a business trip or romantic getaway. No trip to the Kindler is complete without a handcrafted cocktail from Boitano's Lounge on the main floor, with comfortable seating options both inside and on the outside patio. Book your room today at thekindlerhotel.com in Lincoln at 11th and P.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Sunbelt Rentals.
All right, welcome back in to the A1 Automotive Pregame Show. This segment is sponsored by Sunbelt Rentals. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators, and more, Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you get it. Sunbeltrentals.com. For this segment, we got AD and Adam Carricker both in here as we are just an hour and a half away here from kickoff versus UTEP. Guys, I'll bring you in here. How we feeling? Game day.
Dude, life is good.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
like,
it is.
holy Moses
Yes, it is.
Malone. We
Yes,
finally
it is.
get to play and watch some football. Last week was okay. Watching Georgia Tech upset Florida State just reminded us, hey, that these kids are young. You actually got to kick the ball off at some point. We finally get to do that here in Lincoln, Nebraska today. I'm excited.
You know what, Harrison, first of all, appreciate it. And first of all the Husker fans that are in town, it is game day, AC. It is game day. Like you said, Holy Moses Malone. I like that. I like that, Holy Moses Malone. And Harrison, you're probably like, who in the heck is Moses Malone?
Oh, no, that's a great one.
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah. He's a great. But you know what, though? AC, it is game day. It's the first one. AC, what do you want to see from the defense today?
I'd love to see a couple of things. Number one, I want to see a continuation of what we did a year ago, which is hard to run the ball against. Getting after the quarterback, at least early in the season, maintain that obviously through the whole season. But as far as today, I don't want to see them running the ball on us very consistently. Okay. I want to be able to get after the quarterback. I want to see a little bit of improved play in the secondary. I know cornerback is a little bit up in the air. We're going to see how that unfolds as the season goes along. I'd love to see eventually down the road what Zaire Wright can do. Also Bly Hill, also the guys starting today. But turnovers, that's what they've been preaching all offseason.
Right.
We want to hold on to the ball, and we want to strip the ball, and we want to force turnovers, and we want to be in the plus department, in the turnover department. So I guess that feeds a little bit on the offense too. But defensively, I want to force turnovers.
So on the defensive side, we want to force turnovers. And first of all, our defense was 15 last year in the country. 15 in the country last year. And I know it's easy for folks who want to skip today and think about next week. We're not talking about this team to the west right now. We're not bringing that up. We got to take care today because they had a quarterback situation that took place at UTEP. We thought one quarterback was going to start, the other was going to start. But first of all, they have a receiver that's off the chains. And I'm saying this, though. AC, from the defensive perspective, you look at the quarterback change. How does that change up Tony White, though? Or does it change him up or not?
If I'm Tony White, I'm more focused. You obviously got to prepare for your opponent. But we come in with more talent. We come in with a deeper roster. We come in with the quote-unquote better team. You got to do it on the field. We got to kick the ball off and play the game, better depth.
Right.
Obviously, you pay attention to what the other quarterback does well, but I'm more focused. Now that we've spent all week preparing for UTEP, I'm more focused on what we do. We're getting better at what we do. Like I said, I don't want UTEP to be able to run the ball hardly at all. I want to see an improved, consistent pass rush, which will then help our secondary. And then I want to see more strips and more takeaways and more turnovers forced by our defense. Yeah, who they play a quarterback matters, but this isn't like you're going from a option quarterback to a straight drop back quarterback. Like they have their strengths, they have their differences. They obviously exist. But it's not that gargantuan of a difference. I'd be more focused on what we're doing and getting better at what we're doing and seeing what I want to see out of our black shirts.
So we're talking about our black shirts, and I looked out Tony White earlier this week mentioned that don't get comfortable because if you're not going to, and you've been a black shirt, and I don't like saying former because when you're a black shirt, you're a black shirt for life. So I don't like saying the former things. When you're a black shirt, you're a black shirt for life. And Tony White said earlier this week, he goes, you have the black shirts now, but don't get comfortable in those things. Does today dictate where a guy can either black shirt taken away from them if they don't take care of business today?
I mean, if you play poorly, I mean, my gosh, to get it taken away after one game, you'd have to play the effort would have to be awful on top of the performance. And then you as a coach would have to look in the mirror and be like, why do we give him a black shirt to begin with? So I would be flabbergasted if something like that happened today. Usually it's over the course of 2 to 3 games or something like that. And then it finally mounts. You know, when you're in the meeting rooms with the defense as a whole, when you're in there with the D-line, I watch guys like Nash and Ty, and they're telling the young freshmen next to him who aren't paying attention to shut the F up and look at the screen.
That's right.
And I've literally seen that. And so for me, there is an expectation and a culture that's been built at least to a certain point already in year 2 under Matt Rule, where the players are holding each other accountable, at least from what I've seen. And to me, I'd be shocked if there's player leadership and expectations like that coming from the leaders on your team, if they would even allow somebody to do that to that. It'd have to be such a poor level. It'd be almost shocking.
But see, AC, you brought something up in just your conversation right there that an older guy would say something to the younger guy in that culture aspect of it. That has been something we know has been missing. And that's not knocking, that's not throwing either coach or anybody on their bus. That's a reality. The numbers don't lie. The numbers are there. With that mentality you mentioned, how important is it for the older guys like a Gifford, like a Nash, like the guys who have been there for a long time, a heel as far as that go? And Harstog, who's only been there for 3 years, seemed like he's been there for like 30.
It does.
How important is that for those older guys to teach those younger guys, just like the guys taught you, just like the guys taught me? How important is that to guys to teach those guys, this is how we do things here at Nebraska?
Dude, it's ginormous because the coach is more the director. He tells you where to go. He tells you what to do. But the leadership on the team has to come from the players. Because if you're exhausted and it's 100 plus degrees, or you're beat up and you're battered and you're bruised and you got blood dripping down your face, and a coach is getting on you, hey, that's his job. Okay, that's expected. But when the guy next to you is just as bloodied and battered and bruised, and he's, I don't want to say calling you out, or maybe he is, but he's telling you, you got to pick it up now, that's a whole nother level.
Absolutely. AC, will go to the offensive side right now. You know, Raiola, we all know the accolades that he's received, and rightfully so. Yep, rightfully so. However, and I say this, the scripture, the good book, the Bible says, lay hands quickly on no man. Coach Alfred would say, lay hands quickly on no athlete. So with Raiola, with all of the accolades, 5-star Ohio State to Georgia to Nebraska, he's one of our buddies, etc. All those things, we get all that. My thing with Raiola, and I want you to answer this for me, little bro. I know he fits we know he fits the bill. There's going to be hiccups. And I always want to let Husker fans know, and AC, you do a great job of this, let them know. There's going to be hiccups in there. What's a good game for him today?
So for me, I mean, he is a true freshman. The kid's still a teenager. I actually Googled him to specifically look up his birthday to make sure when I call him a teenager, he's still older than him. Yes, I do. That's actually, there's too much truth to that statement. There's too much truth to that statement. You know, I still wear stuff that I wore in college sometimes. Yeah. I'll grab it out. Hey, at least it still fits me for the most part. Some of it's actually a little too big.
And some of you folks can't see my arm, but Carragher's arms are literally bigger than my thighs. But go ahead.
Dude, I lost 22 pounds this summer.
How much do you weigh right now?
Over 150 miles, and the lifting and everything else.
AC,
dude,
you
diet.
You look like you can still play right now.
Looks can be deceiving. I can give you. Okay, I can give you 15 plays, and then I'm gonna need about 30 off, and then I can come back in for 15, and I need 30 off. You know.
So what do you say with AC? Because all this information, AC, we have on Raiola. Raiola this, Raiola that. Yeah. And this kid, to me, is the Tommy Frazier of this generation.
Potentially.
Exactly.
Same type of height.
And that's why I say, lay hands quickly on no man because he has to play a game still. But dadgummit, it's hard not to get excited for him.
I think you'd be hard-pressed, maybe Marlon Lucky, to find someone who's been as hyped as Dylan Raiola since Tommy Frazier.
Yep.
All right, guys, and we do have to go to break here, but real quick before we do so, score predictions. Week 1, UTEP.
You go AC.
So what I want to see out of Raiola, take care of the ball, move the chains, be efficient. You're going to have a teenager freshman mistake, and that's okay. Come back in the next series and bounce back. Score prediction, I've got Nebraska 38, UTEP 10.
I got Nebraska 44-10.
44-10. Yeah, we'll be happy if we get that one. All right, don't go anywhere. Up next, we got the second black shirt. We got Terrell Farley and Vershawn Jackson. We'll keep the A1 Automotive pregame show rolling. Talk to you guys on the other side.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with the loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
This is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. With over 20 years in the industry, I have found it's extremely gratifying to solve my customers' home financing needs and then show them the options and strategies available for them to fulfill their goals. But my biggest reward comes when I watch my valued customers experience the American dream of home ownership and move into their new home. Talk with me about your home loan at Lincoln Federal and Go Big Red. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Personal banking like you remember.
The Kindler Hotel in downtown Lincoln is a boutique hotel experience unlike any other in the area. Their 45 well-appointed rooms take inspiration from the history of Lincoln. Their double queen rooms are great for guests traveling with family, and the suites are great for a business trip or romantic getaway. No trip to the Kindler is complete without a handcrafted cocktail from Boitano's Lounge on the main floor, with comfortable seating options both inside and on the outside patio. Book your room today at thekindlerhotel.com in Lincoln at 11th and P.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by the Kindler Hotel.
All righty. It is me, the black shirt here, and I'm at the Kindler Hotel. Book your stay today in one of their 45 well-appointed guest rooms that provide luxury in the heart of downtown Lincoln. Enjoy a drink at the Bartino's Lounge while you are here, and take the outdoor patio. Book your stay here at thekindlerhotel.com. It is me, the black shirt, and I'm with Austin today. And
What's
Austin,
up, Farley?
it is game day, man.
Woo!
What a perfect time to be a Husker here with this great weather. Austin, I'm going to tell you right here early, man. I'm looking for the Huskers to dominate this team, and I mean put them away early so we can get the second and third team guys some reps, and let's see what Donovan Riola looks like today, man.
Donovan or Dylan?
Dylan.
Which one?
Well, they call him Danny on one website. So
what are we doing?
I know, man.
What are we doing?
Know. So what are you looking for today, Austin? I'm looking for a lot of things. I want you to go first, though, but what are you looking for this team to do today?
I'm looking for this game to be the tune-up that I think Husker Nation wants it to be. I want it to be a clean game, Farley. How many times over the last not just 12 games, not just 24 games, the last 3, 4, 5 years have we said, just play a clean game? Nebraska, for the first time since 2019, gets a home game to start. Nebraska won that game against South Alabama pretty handily back in 2019. No false starts. You have a veteran offensive line that's played together. They should be in sync. I want to see the defense keep its head, right? I mean, I know it's aggressive. It's not a contact sport. It's a collision sport. But don't give UTEP life, right? They might be floundering, and don't hit late, don't hit high, don't hit, too hard, which is, not great in college football, but be smart, keep it within the lines, keep it within the boundaries. Don't give UTEP anything to work with, right? Nebraska should be the more talented team athletically. We think that even their top end should probably be better. UTEP's got one guy in Westmoreland on defense that I think really scares you. Offense is a little bit more of an unknown outside of the tempo we've talked about. But just play a clean game. The environment's going to be in your favor. You're at home. There's no weather to worry about. It is a beautiful day. We've been outside here on the patio. I mean, I've been here for the last hour and a half or so. You've been here for half an hour. We're hanging out. We're chilling. I hope that's the experience that fans have as well. Pretty low-key, pretty calm, pretty chill. Not much to worry about today in Memorial.
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in this team today because, you practice against a 3-3-5 defense, and Riola is a smart enough kid to pick apart this defense. So, and for this one guy they got on defense, I'll smack him in his mouth early in the game.
Run right at him
and put him on the ground, lay him down. Defensive wise, you play like you played last year. Lights out. You retool. You got a lot of more veteran players this year too in the 3-3-5 for you, so you guys automatically know what you're doing out there. Just play your game, man. It's nothing hard about just playing your game on game day.
Think back, Farley. Your first year, were you an expert in the scheme that you played?
No.
That's what year two's for.
Yeah,
right?
that's what
they were really good year one.
And
you bring back a lot of starters. You don't have a freshman or a sophomore in the starting lineup. So when I look at the defense, Farley, I'm looking for the Husker defense to not just be as good as they were last year, but make some of those one step sooner reads, make that one step sooner anticipatory play, because you know what your job is. You trust the guy next to you to cover for you. Expertise, I think, will lead to potentially more takeaways for this defense because they know they can play one step faster and one step quicker.
Well, UTEP got a up-tempo offense, and you got a quarterback that's mobile. So we're gonna, and one thing we need to do is we need to contain these mobile quarterbacks, because next week we got another mobile quarterback that comes in. So this is a game for the DBs to really tune themselves up, get ready for Travis Hunter next week. But we're not gonna worry about Colorado. We're gonna worry about UTEP today, and we're gonna shut them down, and we're gonna kick their butts. You know what I'm saying? I can't say the word I want to say, but yeah, that's the thing we're gonna do. Now, special teams, I don't know. Vanos, he's kicking the short distance ones, and the other kid is gonna kick the long distance ones. But I want to keep my eye on Boom Boom Mangini. Bushini. Yeah, I want to keep my eye on that guy and see how well he punts. See that he come back for his redemption year, because he had a kind of okay last year. So
I think redemption year is right, and I think clean has to apply to special teams as well. Bushini said he wanted to average 43 yards a punt. At about 40. He was closer to 43 his first year at Nebraska. Last year was a step back for him. It really was. And it was a year that he couldn't afford to take a step back. With the offense struggling the way it did, the defense needed, if he could have given him 5-10 extra yards a few times, that changes games, right? It's those hidden yards we talk about with Nebraska making poor decisions in kick return.
But even just a slightly shanked punt or the wrong time for a bad punt. We saw it far too often from Brian Buschini last year. I'm not saying he has to be Torrey Taylor, right? I'm not saying he has to be an All-American, but if he just kicks the ball 43 yards every time, that goes a long way. It's great that he can kick it 60. It's not so great that he can kick it 30. Just hit 43, 44, 45 yards per punt. Be consistent. Give your defense the best chance possible. I think I would speak for you and say the offense is going to be better this year.
Yeah.
You shouldn't need the help from the kicking game, but, if you can set yourself up with, better field position for your defense gets a stop, a 3 and out, maybe, takes two series to get off the field, whatever. Then you flip the field for your offense. So instead of starting at the 25 or inside the 20, now the offense gets to start at the 30, the 35, a little bit more breathing room, some room for creativity, and then the rest can flourish from there.
How important is this first game for Matt Rule, especially especially how we've been going the last 3-4 years, opening up against a Big Ten opponent, and now we open up against someone else. How important is it for us to snatch this victory and get these kids confidence for next week?
Well, the first game is the only one that matters right now.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter who's on the schedule for next week or the week after that. I've been saying this all week, Farley. It's great that we have these big goals, these big plans for Nebraska football, but it can only start with a win in week 1, right? Matt Rule was asked about, hey, you've spent 4 previous years on the road. What does it mean to finally get a home opener? Well, Matt Rule said it's only been 1 year for me.
Yeah.
He's only had 1 year, but let's start year 2 off on the right foot.
Yeah,
I'm getting out of here. There's a captain here.
Yeah.
I'm stepping out.
Here's my my co-host, whatever we call him today. What's
we
up,
call him.
brother?
Come on, man. How are we doing?
I'm doing all right, man. We opening day.
Man.
Rock 'em, sock 'em.
Hey, I'm excited about some football today, man.
Yeah.
I've been running around Lincoln, running around in circles trying to find where you guys were. But now that I got you, I know I ain't got a lot of time, but I'm telling you, I've been waiting for this since last year for today to get a chance to see Dylan Raiola, see what it's all about, see about the receivers, see what we're going to do on offense. I think this new look offense is going to be fun and good, and it's going to look really, really good. And I think that we'll hear them cheering really quick.
All right, defensive wise, man, I think we should get a shutout today if we just come and play our game right. I know it's a new up-tempo offense. You got a scrambling quarterback, which I think we need to get ready for next week, but we're going to concentrate on that today. I think the DNs will have a great game. I think the linebackers will really fly around. I know losing Buddha Wright, it kind of hurts us, but this is a chance for Bear to step up. This is a chance for Bullock to step up, and this is a chance for the freshman Vincent Shavers Jr. to shape up. Now, the defensive backs, I want to see them come up, hit. I want to see them cover well. I want to see everybody flying around. I want to see the ball on the ground. I want to see a scoop and a score. I just want to see a touchdown by the defense.
Yeah, we got to find a way defensively to get a shutout. We ain't had a shutout in a long time. It'd be nice to get a shutout right now today against UTEP. I hope that when we push the gas, we don't come up off of it until it's 0-0 on the clock. Defensively, like you said, turnovers is going to be a key. Scooping and scoring, getting fumbles. We didn't get enough fumbles last year.
Yeah.
We didn't get enough picks last year. We've got to lead this game in the turnover battle in order to say you successfully did a good job of getting better in the offseason. We can't see some of the same things that we saw last year.
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited for this game. Beautiful weather here today in Lincoln. College football has officially started. I lost the game last night, so I'm
sorry.
I'm kind of 2-2
I'm
right
sorry.
now. But
am I still undefeated? I still undefeated?
You might be.
Can no one defeat the captain?
Well, Clemson losing right now, 13-0. So that's going to be your one.
Okay.
loss
I'll take an L.
Special teams, man. What do we look for on punt return, kick return? We absolutely need to get this crowd into the game. And I think by running a punt return or a kick return back, which we haven't seen in a long time, I think it's very important to start the year off great on punt return and kickoff return.
Yeah, we got to get something going in the return game. Far too long, we've always been a strong special teams team. And here in the last 10 years, we have been one of the weaker special teams in the country. So to turn that special teams all the way around, make sure, I'm interested to see what Buschini is going to do.
Yeah.
Is he going to get, because this is the day that you can boom them and be on top. Here we go. Who is, what jersey you got on?
Yours, brother.
No, it's
missing the
not.
3.
Yeah, I just missed 4. You need a 3 in there. But anyway, I think Boom Sheeny, us seeing what he's going to do, hopefully we don't see a lot of him, but when we do see him, hopefully he can flip the field. But I also want to see what those return guys do. I think if we get some blocks, Barney and crew can make something happen in the return game.
All right, man. We here at the Kindler Hotel, man. We are live on the deck. If you see me and the captain out here, just run by and say, "What's up, Captain in black shirt?"
Yeah.
We are here. We still got a couple more minutes, man. Anything else you want to go over?
Well, I think when you in the grand scheme of things, Terrell, I just want to see guys flying around. I want to see guys having fun, and I want to see guys lifting each other up, high-fiving each other, partying together, not partying by themselves, but partying as a team. I think Dylan Raiola is bringing something special to University of Nebraska that hasn't been here in a long time, and I think that's bringing that brotherhood that we've been missing for a long time.
Yeah, I think Matt Rule's second year probably is going to be his best year here at Nebraska, just because he has the type of players he kind of wanted in his system. Now you have a great receiving crew who I'm just going in the game to watch one quarter of, just to see how these guys look and get on back home. But you
ain't got but one quarter in.
That's all I got. One quarter with 90 degrees today. Yeah, I'm gonna say. See, I got next week, the week after that, the week after that. I got guys calling me at 4:00 in the morning saying, "Well, I'll be here next week," and we you got to see how things go,
right?
So, yeah.
Well, listen, we are down here. Let me see this one more time so I can read that. We are here, live action at the Kindler Hotel. Book your stay today at the Kindler Hotel in one of their 45 well-appointed guest rooms that provides luxury in the heart of downtown. Enjoy a drink at Botano's Lounge while you're here as well, and take to the outdoor patio. That's where we are right now. Book your stay today at the KindlerHotel.com. Let me see where these people at today. Go Big Red! Okay, they in the building.
Oh, yeah.
They in the building. They didn't play the music. That's not the music that we're here, right? Because if it's not, that's a good thing, because I got a couple more things to add. I'm also interested in seeing if, the adjustments that are made at halftime, because, a lot of times the adjustments that were made at halftime last year worked against us. So hopefully we can make the adjustments that we need to make, and then and we actually benefit from the adjustments, and we don't lose games by 3 points.
Oh yeah, we have to start blowing teams out, man. I mean the defense is so experienced and well equipped, and you got all these running backs, you got all these receivers. We got a veteran offensive line coming back. I would just like to see us put, final score. Let's just get it out the way.
Yeah, just get it done.
55-14.
That's fine. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care if we cover or not. Right now, I just want to see us go dominate somebody and play a good, clean football game. No balls on the ground, no interceptions. Let's make sure that we tackle, no missed tackles. Let's make sure that we got our eyes up. Let's not have dumb penalties. Let's make sure that we are finishing blocks, we're finishing runs, and I think everything else will fall into place, and we all leave here a little bit happier.
Oh, yeah. Go Big Red. We are live here at the Kindler Hotel. I think we're done, man. We got to listen to the music.
There ain't no music. Don't try to hurry up. They'll try to – huh? Okay. So, listen, we are live. Kindler Hotel. It's me in the black shirt. Austin's in the building. Everybody's here. Thank you, Austin.
Kevin Brown's in the building.
Kevin Brown is in the building. All these young, beautiful people are all in the building. Listen, 2:30. We get to go kick ass. 93.7 the ticket style.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Ready to upgrade your combine or header before harvest? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help you find the right equipment to fit your operations needs. Choose from 4.75% financing for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest-free waiver, followed by John Deere financial rates with approved credit through the end of August when you purchase a pre-owned S or X Series combine from Landmark. View our current inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, personal banking like you remember.
Home. It's more than a place, it's a feeling. This is Eric Bertrand with Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. If you're looking for a place to call home, call me. Let's review your financing options and get you into the home of your dreams. Proudly serving Husker fans.
Personal banking like you remember.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
The Kindler Hotel in downtown Lincoln is a boutique hotel experience unlike any other in the area. Their 45 well-appointed rooms take inspiration from the history of Lincoln. Their double queen rooms are great for guests traveling with family, and the suites are great for a business trip or romantic getaway. No trip to the Kindler is complete without a handcrafted cocktail from Boitano's Lounge on the main floor, with comfortable seating options both inside and on the outside patio. Book your room today at thekindlerhotel.com in Lincoln at 11th and P.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Raising Cane's.
This is the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. We are live at the Kindler. Austin Norman, Chancellor Brewington with you. This segment brought to you by Cane's. Order like a champ with the Raising Cane's mobile app or online at raisingcanes.com, and you'll be able to feed the whole team this football season with cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and the reigning MVP, that signature Cane's sauce. Game days are better with Cane's. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love. Chancellor, what's your go-to at Cane's?
Go-to Cane's. Caniac combo, no coleslaw.
My man.
Extra toast.
My man.
And I might get an extra cane sauce. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
And I like to mix in the bread with the cane. Yeah.
Sure.
It's all great.
That's awesome. Cane's is just down the street from us at the 93.7 The Ticket Studios. We got plenty of people filing by. If you're watching the game looking for what to do for lunch, Raising Cane's is definitely the move. We're here. It's game day. Chancellor, first and foremost, walk us through your playing experience when you got to game day after winter ball, after summer camp, you get through fall camp, you're here, it's game day Saturday. What's the vibe? What's the emotions for a player?
It's different when it's a home game to start the year off. It's completely different. There's a DP and me talked about it off air, but we talked about how home games is interesting because you're dealing with family, you're dealing with, everyone's coming in for the game. But then you just today, everyone locks in. It's an interesting experience. I mean, there's a bunch of nerves. You've been hitting the same people all year, all July, all spring ball, working out against each other, competing against each other. And now you finally get to unleash it on another team and another opponent. So it's an interesting experience, but there's an electric feeling. I can feel it from here. I can feel it from here, but it's an incredible experience.
I love hearing you football players say you're tired of hitting the same people. I'm tired of hitting my teammates. I just want to hit someone new. Like, here's the thing. Like, I love my coworkers. I love working with them. Love all of them. I can't imagine being sick of my coworkers.
Right.
But it gets to that point at fall camp, you're just done hitting them. You want someone new. Is that the case?
No, for sure. And it gets to a point where the defense and the offense know what they're going to run. The schemes. It's 30 days of consistent work, install after install, meeting after meeting, walkthrough after walkthrough, practice after practice. And now you get to a point where I'm sure they're in pregame and they're seeing the other team. They're like, oh, wait, we get to play against someone else. We get to hit someone else. So I can't wait for the guys to just unleash everything this first drive. Hey, come on now. Come on.
Let's go.
I'm ready for everyone to just unleash it. I want to see what this defense does. We'll talk about it. I want to see what this offense does. I have high expectations for this offense.
Before we even get into any of that, you wake up, it's Saturday morning. Take us through what your morning looks like. Breakfast, bus ride over, getting off the bus, walking through Husker fans into Memorial. What's that like?
Yeah, so morning time, wake up. I mean, it's 2:30, 1:30 game. Wake up call probably around 7 a.m. You get your breakfast. You go over. You still have some quick meetings with position coaches. You have a mini walkthrough in the hotel, a team meeting. Offensive meeting. Just dialing up the last things. Everything's installed. Everything's set. There's no new things that's getting added in. And then obviously you get on the bus and you do the walk. What do we call it?
It's the legacy walk now.
Walk.
Yeah,
the legacy walk, and you get to see the fans, hug some family. And by the time you enter into Memorial Stadium, there's an energy. The talking kind of fades out. There's no more, hoo ha ha. It's everyone's locked in. There's a synergy within the building that can't really be described. But it's an amazing feeling.
Does pregame for the first game, does it fly by because you're ready, or does it go slow because you're just anticipating actually getting on the field and playing 60 minutes of football?
It goes slow, to be honest. It goes slow. You feel like, you get out there and warm up, and you feel as if for the first, say it's a 15-minute warm up, it feels like an hour. But it's amazing to see the progression through the year and leading up to this moment. Like I said, you finally get to unleash it on another opponent.
We're here at the Kindler Hotel on North 11th Street between P and Q. Well, Q on our right, P on our left. Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street, just one block away. If you're in town for a game, you want to come in town for a game, make sure you check out the Kindler Hotel for sure. And, of course, make sure you pop down the block and see us. Let's start with offense here, Chancellor. Freshman quarterback Dylan Raiola is the headline. What advice would you give him? Day one, game one here, now walking out in Memorial Stadium. What would you tell Dylan Raiola if you had a chance here before the game?
Yeah, so if I'm a veteran on this offense, veteran on this team, mainly the offense, especially a skill player, all I'm telling Dylan is this. I'm saying go through your reads. I would say the first 2 drives have already been scripted, right? So the first, 10 plays and 10 plays. The offense knows these 20 plays by heart by now, right? They practiced it for the past 2 weeks. One thing I would tell Dylan is just have an efficient game. Don't try to do too much. What Cam Newton would say, manage the game well, but do your job, right? I expect this. Rule has said some comments, and he said, I expect Dylan to play the way he would as if he was a junior. Right. And the way I interpreted that, and what I expect and the high expectations I have for Dylan is to be efficient. I want to see efficiency. I don't really care about the yards. I want to see efficiency. I want to see if it's an RPO game, get the ball out, make it a accurate throw. I want to see everything accurate. I want to see efficiency. If the throw's not there, throw it away, scramble, make good decisions. I'm not really care about the how many yards he puts up, how many touchdowns. I want to see how he commands the game, how he manages it, and I want to see how fluid his game is. I want to see rhythm. I want to see those type of things.
So in your dream world, right, let's say that you're the offensive coordinator instead of Marcus Satterfield for a day. How many times does Dylan Raiola throw the ball? Do you want him to air it out? Do you want him to get enough work? Do you want to try to keep that under wraps? What's the run-pass balance for Nebraska today, ideally?
I expect the first play today to be a throw.
Ooh, okay.
I expect it. I think that's how you start off a freshman quarterback just getting into things. Rule said he's not going to ease anything in.
No.
He's not going to ease anything in with this. He's going to throw him in the fire or throw him in the limelight. I want to see it. I expect a throw first, right? I expect not anything downfield. I expect some type of quick game, whether it's an RPO, little sting,
the big Jamal Banks on the outside, potentially.
Little quick hitch, maybe a quick hitch to or a bubble pass or something quick, get him going. But I expect probably around, if let's say he gets to midway through the fourth quarter, I expect him to throw 28 to 30 passes.
I like it. When you look at the Nebraska offense in general, too, do you want to see them be able to put together long drives, chew up clock, be able to convert on third down more? Or do you want to say the big play ability to be able to score from anywhere on the field? Which is more important for this Husker team as you see it?
Yeah, so it's interesting. Obviously, playing UTEP is not a Big Ten opponent. My personal preference, I want to see the drives. I want to see Dylan go for 10 to 11 plays. I want to see him make the right reads if the box is loaded. I want to see him spin it out to the receivers if the box is light. I want to see him hand it off. I want to see him make good decisions, but I also want to see his arm power. I want to see the throws that only Dylan Raiola can make. I want to see the cross hash throws, the outs from the field, the deep posts to Banks, Nayer, and Lloyd. I want to see those.
You played in some really good tight end rooms, right? You had a lot of talented people there, and there's a lot of guys that needed reps. That's the problem facing the running back room this year. Sounds like all 4 guys are going to play in the first half. What's that like as a player when you know you're in a competition for your job? You know that other guys are going to get reps so that you're going to get your shot too. If you're the running backs, how do you approach the 4-way split of reps here this first game?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? So you have the Ramir Johnson, you have the Emmett Johnson, and then the Gabe Irvin, right? And you have the Orr right there, right? In the depth chart.
So, and Dante Dowdell.
And
4 of
them. Dowdell. So it's interesting, right? I expect Ramirez to have a really big day today.
Okay.
I really do. I think he'll get the majority of the carries early. But a back in this room that I think is going to have a big game and show his skill case that he hasn't been able to show is Gabe Irvin. But as regarding your question, it's interesting when you go into these type of games. It's not so much about as far as an efficient player. A successful player should not go into this game thinking about his job. It should be every time I get the ball, I have to be effective. I have to make someone miss. If it's 3rd and 1, I got to get the first down. I think it's just doing your job to the max creates such an optimism inside the group, which it just flows out to the whole. And with this running back room being in the Big Ten, it's going to be the nucleus of this offense.
Sure.
If our running back room is good, then the offense is good because then it opens up Banks, it opens up Nair, it takes pressure off of Dylan.
Let's flip things to the defense here. We still got a couple minutes here live from the Kindler. This will be the last segment that we bring you live from the Kindler before everything is back in the 93.7 The Ticket studios till kickoff. Defensively, 3-3-5 worked wonders last year. Nebraska allowed just over 18 points per game was all. What's the next step for this defense as it looks to improve on a pretty, I would say, surprising? I didn't expect it from the defense to be as good as it was last year. How do they take a step forward and not just stay where they were?
Yeah, so the first thing I think of is one thing we need to fix in the offseason they've been focusing on is getting home with 4. Right, we need to be effective in the pass game with 4 rushers, right, and sometimes 3. Okay. The next thing I want to see consistent play by the defensive backs. I think that might be the weaker area. You got some new guys. You got Buf sliding the corner,
right?
Marquise Buford. You got Malcolm Harzog, kind of at that slot nickel safety position. So it's going to be interesting to see that. But also, what makes these Georgias, these Clemsons, these Alabamas so effective and so dominant is that they get their 2nd and 3rd team in against these type of opponents.
Sure.
So when I look at the depth chart during when they released it, the secondary specifically, a lot of young guys that don't have reps. Derek Branches, the Kobe Bretts. I want to see those young Bly Hill. I want to see these young guys and these new guys get reps in this defense because we know the 3-3-5. They funnel in probably 22 guys a game, right? In a Big Ten game.
Yeah.
In a Big Ten game, right?
Yeah.
So I expect 32 guys to get in today, right? I expect the D line to have, by the second half, I expect them to have, at least 10 guys play.
Sure.
Right. I want to see these young backers. I want to see Vincent Shavers. I want to see these new guys in this linebacker room. Javen Wright out, obviously.
Yeah.
So I want to see these new guys get in there and especially the ones who haven't played yet, right? And flipping to offense real quick, I want to see the young guys, Carter Nelson.
Yeah.
I want to see these young guys get these reps. Obviously, if they're going to redshirt, these first 4 games, these out of conference games are so crucial.
On the defensive line here, last thing before we send things back to the studio and wrap things up from the Kindler, Nebraska's edges are probably going to get some one-on-ones, right? Nash Hutmacher going to command a double team. Ty Robinson, he's a big body. So you look at a guy like Jamari Butler, who led Nebraska in sacks last year, MJ Sherman or Prince Mill and Mon Mielen on the edge. They might get some one-on-ones, but also, you're a tight end. Let's loop your offensive expertise into this. You're chipping on your way out.
Yeah.
How do Ty Robinson, MJ Sherman, Prince Will, Jamari Butler, what's the best way for them to deal with a chip because they're going to have an advantage in a one-on-one? UTEP probably won't let them get away with that very often.
Yeah, that's tough. And you're right. You have to chip these guys, especially when you have Jamari and even a guy like James Williams who gets these specific pass rush reps, third and obvious pass downs, right? Yeah. One thing I would love to see is them just being super aggressive. When a chip comes, disrupt it, right? That's
hit back.
Yeah, hit back. I want to see disruption, and I want to see a bunch of guys getting in there. And one thing I mentioned earlier this week is when you get this scouting report for this Nebraska defense, it's not like a traditional scouting report where you get 4 or 5 names for D line. You get 7, 8 names, right? We didn't even talk about, I think Van Pop was out, but you talk about Judy and all these other guys, right? The depth there is so big. So it's going to be curious to see who not, obviously you got your black shirts, who not on that list that has a big impact today.
Sure. Who are some of the guys you had to chip? The good edge rushers you got to hit on your way out to catch a pass.
Oh my goodness. You talk about the Aiden Hutchinsons. You talk about the Purdue had a first rounder. I
Oh,
forget his name.
was it
Went to the Chiefs.
Karlaftis?
Yeah, my goodness, big dog, big boys. But you talk about those guys. The one thing that they were consistently physical, and you had to bring your A game every time. You had to bring low pads. You had to have good hands every time you went to block them. So I expect that type of physicality out of this defense and this defensive line specifically.
That's awesome. We will certainly see. We are within an hour from kickoff, just about 45 minutes away from the Huskers and the Miners at Memorial Stadium. First time since 2019, the Big Red Machine gets to start at home. Chancellor, it's been fun.
Yes,
Your
sir.
pregame debut. You made it. Not too bad, eh?
Go Big Red. There we go.
There it is. That'll do it for us here from the Kindler Hotel. Really appreciate them, their generosity, their hospitality here. This segment was brought to you by Canes. They are just down the street from us on 14th. Make sure you go check them out if you still need lunch plans. We'll send it to break. When you get back, it'll be back in the studio. Bach and Harrison standing by.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116. The Kindler Hotel in downtown Lincoln is a boutique hotel experience unlike any other in the area. Their 45 well-appointed rooms take inspiration from the history of Lincoln. Their double queen rooms are great for guests traveling with family, and the suites are great for a business trip or romantic getaway. No trip to the Kindler is complete without a handcrafted cocktail from Boitano's Lounge on the main floor, with comfortable seating options both inside and on the outside patio. Book your room today at thekindlerhotel.com in Lincoln at 11th and P. Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at USC in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at huskerfantravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a downtown LA hotel, exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at USC. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at huskerfantravel.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs. including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Mindel Footwear is your solution against sore feet, blisters, and poor footing. Don't just take our word for it. Take it from Sip, who said he's never had a pair of boots more comfortable. You won't find Mindel Footwear in any store, sold exclusively at MindelUSA.com right out of Sidney, Nebraska. They're so confident you will enjoy the comfort their boots offer. If they don't work out for you, they'll cover the shipping to return them. Use code THETICKET for free shipping because your feet deserve a treat too. Mindel Boots, just try them on.
Ready to hit the road in style? Liberty First Credit Union is revving up your ride with unbeatable auto loan specials. Cruise away with rates as low as 4.79% APR for 48 months on a 2020 or newer vehicle. Need a longer term? No worries. They've got you covered with 4.89 APR for 60 months and 4.99 APR for 72 months. Hurry, these rates are cruising fast, so don't get left in the dust. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Credit factors apply. Rates, terms, and conditions subject to change.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Perch Merch.
All right, welcome back in. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. This segment is sponsored by Perch Merch. Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in and around Lincoln. Screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, and more. Go to perchmerch.com. For this segment, we bring in Jake Bakoven for the first time on game day. Bach, how are we feeling? We're quite literally about 40 minutes out from kickoff versus UTEP now.
Oh man, it feels great. I mean, game day is in the air. Everybody's been looking forward to this, all summer and just for a long time. I mean, we did not know this offseason, what it was going to look like when we got back around here. And now that we've arrived, I mean, we do know there's a greater expectation for the offense. The defense was a top 15 type defense last year. And so you're kind of expecting to keep that going. And everybody said last year, you're a quarterback away, maybe 7, 8 wins, 9 wins. Depending how things play out. And now Nebraska feels like they've got their guy. And I know Dylan Raiola has taken all the headlines nationally, but it's all warranted. I mean, this is a franchise type quarterback, if you will, now in college football, which is getting more into the pros. Obviously, can't keep him for 8 years, but if they can keep him for even 3, you're going to feel pretty darn good about it. And then the other thing is just the pressure, I think, for Nebraska. It's interesting because you go into a game like this where you're favored 27.5 and you're not necessarily, until it gets dire, then you're not really thinking, okay, are we going to lose this game? It's how's it going to look? How much can we separate ourselves from opponent? Can we get the ball rolling from week 1, getting us prepared for week 2? And that's what I've noticed across college football. Thursday night, even this morning's games, a lot of the favored teams are dominating. They are just beating the lower level teams down. Nebraska's in that situation today against the UTEP. And so, this game, I will say it's not all about wins and losses in this case. Obviously, if Nebraska loses, then we're talking a completely different story. But it's a lot of it is how it looks today, how Dylan Raiola debuts, and if that defense can hold UTEP, I think a good day would be below 14 points. Obviously, you'd want to do even better, but that's a big goal coming in. That's going to take a lot of work to get it done, but I think this defense is ready for it.
Yeah, and that's a great point too. It's as you looking at all these college games. For me, it's like, is Nebraska finally to the point where it's cleaned up enough on offense? I think the defense. I mean, we can keep talking about the defense, and I'm sure we'll sprinkle it in there. But they were top 15 last year. I don't expect that to change. And against UTEP, I have a hard time believing that they're going to be able to poke holes all through it. But the offense, is that offense going to look clean? Is the turnover bug gone? Because you look at some of those other games, like you look at Colorado, NDSU. if you're a Buffalo fan, you maybe second guess where your program's actually at. You watched Wisconsin last night. I mean, a lot of people are thinking Luke Fickell, year 2 with Wisconsin. They really struggle against Western Michigan. Now, of course, they get the wins, but the product itself, it left some question marks. So for this one, I just want to get rid of as many question marks as possible. Like if I have more questions at the end of this game than I do heading into it, that's typically a sign of a pretty big problem. So I think with a wide receiver core, obviously the running back room, it looks like there's some murmurs. I don't know if you can verify. Is it Dante Dowdell getting the start?
I haven't seen that yet, but I wouldn't be a shock.
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting all in itself, right? Because you got Ramir Johnson, you got all the oars, Ramir Johnson, Gabe Irvin, Dante Dowdell, and obviously last year a lot of people picked him to probably be that starting back, Emmett Johnson. But offensively, you feel good. This doesn't feel like an Adrian Martinez year 2, where year 2 he's got to put the entire offense on their shoulders, and you saw it. Physically, he was getting beat up, and just statistically, he was having to make pretty much all the yards on the ground and through the air. This time, the entire game does not need to be on Dylan Raiola's shoulders. He should have enough help. If you're high on Banks, which I think you should be, looking at his Wake Forest stats, and Isaiah Nayor, I mean, I think we could have both of those guys be really solid studs at that wide receiver position, along with just multiple running backs. So yeah, for me, it's just, can we clean it up enough? No stupid penalties, no turnovers. And if you do those things, you should be able to run away with this one and cover the spread. I just don't think they have enough on paper.
Yeah. I mean, I think Nebraska. I mean, that's why the spread's 27.5. On paper, it doesn't look good, but we've been here before against Georgia Southern or North Dakota, which you did win, or McNeese State, which you did win, but closer games. I mean, they can, some of these lower level teams, you let them hang around, or maybe they've got an equalizer somewhere at quarterback or something that can kind of keep them in the game. Or, the ultimate equalizer, as we saw last year with Nebraska, turnovers. You turn the ball over 4 times a game, you're going to keep everybody in the game. And so, you look out for all of that. I know there's been talk about Westmoreland on the defense, probably going to test Nebraska's tackles. I mean, that's one of the big questions coming into the game. Teddy Prohaska out for the season. Would he have started one way or the other? We don't know, but he would at least provided a lot more depth there. And so that's kind of the matchup. If I was going to circle any matchup, that's the one today. And it's funny because you're right. I mean, naturally, I'm thinking I'm going to see the running backs pop. I want to see the wide receivers pop, because between that group, you got 3 oars, 4 guys in the depth chart at running back, and then 9 wide receivers kind of bunched. Now, granted, there are guys, it is tiered, but there's still, I mean, if I asked you who's going to lead the team in receiving yards, you give me 4 or 5 different options, I could say I could see it. So, our first look at a lot of these guys, even to include Raiola, but Jamal Banks, Nair, the new guys coming in that are going to try to help out Dowdell. So often you could kind of see it too, and usually you can see it in the spring game. But if a guy is going to have a special year, or it just looks differently athletically, right? You can see it in game 1, and that's kind of the exciting part about it too. Like a Randy Greger or something. I know Nebraska hasn't had those type of guys, but you can just see it, it pops. And so that's what I'm really hoping for, is to see somebody pop. And it's also a time for guys that maybe not are going to put up huge stats this season to get an opportunity to get a few big plays in. Like a Ja'Cory Barney is an interesting guy to me, not just in the return being, but specifically today receiving. If he can get a big play, he's got the speed ability to do it. If he can get a 40-yard reception or something like that, all of a sudden that might open up the coach's eyes, say, okay, we need to get this guy some more playing time. So just a big day, a lot of debuts, and we've been talking a big game for this team. A lot of people believe a 7-0 start. It's got to look the part today.
Yeah, especially in this isn't to belittle UTEP, but you got Scotty Walden, first-year head coach. I mean, it's a really young coaching staff. So you look at it on paper, we should be the better team. Now I got to say on paper, because we've seen the likes of Northern Illinois, Troy. I don't want to keep going on teams that have found a way to get enough confidence to kind of take over in our own Memorial Stadium. But you got an inexperienced coaching staff. Not to say that they're bad. They very well working their way up. But Matt Rule and his staff clearly are going to have the edge on that, just in terms of experience. And then, of course, with the players, one guy that's interesting at Westmoreland, I know you mentioned it, but at that bandit position, it is going to be really testing that offensive line, because I mean, there's going to be times where he's going to be lining up as an edge rusher. Other times he can be sneaking back there in coverage. That's also going to play with Dylan Raiola's eyes a little bit. I mean, that's the one thing with Dylan Raiola, is how confident does he look out there? Because we've heard Matt Rule. I mean, they're not going to give him an easy playbook. They're going to go play ball right away. Do you have any trepidation with that with Dylan Raiola? Obviously, I think we're expecting some mistakes. No one's saying he's going to have to play a perfect game. But what is a good game for you with Dylan Raiola?
Yeah, I mean, I just keep it clean and get the ball, put it in places where it's not going to be picked. I thought he did a good job with that. And, so if you're errant passes, not too many errant passes, but if you're a little bit off on your accuracy, at least, leave it out there in front of your receiver instead of behind them, with the trailing cornerback or something like that. But, if you're looking at just stats, I mean, I think you got to come out at bare minimum with 3 touchdown passes today, at least 200 plus yards. And those are if it's blowouts and you're scoring on like the first 3 possessions in the back of, those type of numbers are kind of down there. But that's the expectation. Again, for a true freshman, it's crazy. Typically you'd be tiptoeing and just trying to find a different, because he'd be forced in there. This was a move. Again, huge credit to Matt Rule. I don't know if enough people give him credit locally, but nationally, Dylan Raiola is a story because Coach Rule said in a press conference in the offseason, it takes $1 million to get a quarterback. All of a sudden, a couple quarterbacks became interested in Nebraska. I mean, it was a really good move to use in the press, and it kind of made national storylines. And, I don't know how much that played into getting Dylan. Obviously, it was a long battle to get him here, but that tells me in the future with where Nebraska is, and who knows, college football is ever changing. So if it's going to continue looking like this, but I think there's going to be some money poured into that quarterback position at Nebraska. If you have a year like you did last year, Nebraska's going to go out and buy themselves a quarterback, and that's what they did this offseason.
Yeah, certainly if you have a year like last year, you're going to increase that side of the budget a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy to think. I mean, this is why this game is important for me. Like, why I'm not so worried about, do we have a running back who hits 100 yards, a wide receiver? Because in reality, if everything goes right, you're getting multiple guys in there. So you're not going to have somebody walk out of the game with just an unreal number, unless, maybe it's somebody on the defensive line. But everything goes well, those yards should be really spread out. And I think Dylan Raiola, you said 3 touchdowns. I think 2, just simply for the fact that I hope a lot of our red zones are fixed. Red zone woes are fixed. Last year, we just weren't really going to throw the ball down there for obvious reasons. This time around, we'll be able to mix it up and be a lot more honest about it. I mean, how many times, Harburg, you give him credit for fitting into that position on kind of a tough notice, but it was just so predictable. And our red zone woes were just very obvious for that reason. Anytime we tried to throw the ball, we weren't entirely confident in our own quarterback. If we're running it, you're going to run into a loaded box every time. So I think with Dylan Raiola, we're going to be able to kind of ease ourselves into the red zone. So if he gets to 2+ touchdowns, great. If not, I think our running backs, especially by committee, will be able to do a lot of the damage for us today. With that being said, sounds like we got 3 Big Ten teams throwing shutouts right now. You guys are welcome to join in. Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. We're going to throw it to break here. But again, this segment was sponsored by Perch Merch. Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in and around Lincoln. Screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, and more. Go to perchmerch.com. All right, we'll throw it to break. We got one more with me and Bach, and then to wrap things up before we actually get to kickoff at 2:30, it'll be me and Austin. So don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling on the A1 Automotive pregame show.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
The Sleep Gallery at Schaefer's can help take the labor out of your Labor Day. Rest easy with special Labor Day savings so you can transform your restless night into a perfect sleep. And it all starts on a new Serta Perfect Sleeper mattress, now with up to $700 in Labor Day savings. Or you can get up to $1,200 off on a new Beauty Rest Black mattress when you add an adjustable base. Plus, get up to 48 months interest-free. Transform your sleep and rest easy this Labor Day in the Sleep Gallery at Schaefer's.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
This is Shane Podliska, mortgage lender at Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. I'm here to help you achieve your goal, the American dream of home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home or looking to refinance, I've got the experience and know-how to make it happen. So let's tackle this together. Call me, Shane Podliska, and let's get you into the end zone of home ownership. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Go Big Red.
Personal banking like you remember.
Mindel Footwear is your solution against sore feet, blisters, and poor footing. Don't just take our word for it. Take it from Sip, who said he's never had a pair of boots more comfortable. You won't find Mindel Footwear in any store sold exclusively at MindelUSA.com right out of Sidney, Nebraska. They're so confident you will enjoy the comfort their boots offer. If they don't work out for you, they'll cover the shipping to return them. Use code THETICKET for free shipping because your feet deserve a treat too. Mindel Boots, just try them on.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at USC in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at HuskerFanTravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a downtown LA hotel, exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at USC. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at HuskerFanTravel.com.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session, and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Select Plumbing.
All right, welcome back into the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. This segment is sponsored by Select Plumbing, now servicing Seward and Milford, in addition to Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area. For any plumber issues, call Select Plumbing at 402-542-5319. Again, this segment sponsored by Select Plumbing. Buck, we talked a lot about that offensive side of the ball. The other one that's curious for me is defense. I just think it's so rounded. But the first one I'll ask you, who do you think the leading tackler for the day is going to be?
Well, last year in sparing time, I should say, John Bullock was able to rack up a lot of tackles. So I think he's fourth on the team. Jevin Wright, of course, is not going to be able to play today. Was second on the team.
Unfortunately, and real quick, I will say, I think that loss is bigger than people realize. I think Jevin Wright was primed to have another monster season because he didn't even start every game last year. And his numbers looked like he started every game.
Yeah, and he, he's kind of a playmaker, was able to get to fumbles or interceptions and stuff like that. He's lanky. I mean, he certainly will help if they're able to get him back in at some point this season. Because I agree with you. I mean, that's maybe a blessing again for the softer start, as we call it, as the schedule gets more difficult down the line. We'll give these other guys a chance to, get game reps in there. But especially I feel bad for him because, he's waited his turn. He's had to battle some stuff. And this was supposed to be his breakout year and an opportunity. So that's a little frustrating. But of course, ultimately Gifford was the leading tackler last year. So I think he's probably your best bet for today as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going with as well. Maybe throw in Singleton. It really just kind of depends. What is UTEP trying to do out there consistently? Kind of looking at Scotty Walden, his previous stops. What kind of offense are you expecting UTEP to kind of roll out here against Nebraska? I mean, you can kind of look at his former stop or figure out what he has in store right now. One quarterback a little bit better on the ground, one a little bit better in the air. What are you expecting UTEP offensively to look like and how they're going to try to attack this 3-3-5 of Nebraska?
Yeah, I think it's going to be somewhat of a dink and dunk. I mean, they're going to try to move with Nebraska's defense not set. We've all seen those offenses before. We felt that with Scott Frost and it didn't work out. But of course, that's a popular type of offense. I think it'll probably be similar to what we saw with Louisiana Tech last year, where they were having trouble really getting anything going north and south, even in the passing game. And this is going to be, the passing game is going to be their bread and butter. So I think they're going to have to try to get some quick passes out, hopefully block on the perimeters and spring some big plays for them, not hopefully for us, obviously. But I think that's what it's going to look like. I think Nebraska, downfield passing, it will overwhelm UTEP where they are right now. But so that's what I expect to see. And I think that's going to play into Nebraska's favor too. I mean, they're not a ball possession. They're not working on winning time of possession. And that can lead to a blowout in a situation like this. We'll just say that. So that's what I'm hoping will happen. I think can happen. Nebraska's defense, it does have some interesting spots to it, though. I mean, you talk about maybe being attacked on the perimeter, and that's where you have Buford again taking over that cornerback spot. It's interesting because throughout his career, he'd started a lot at safety, and Malcolm Hartzog, who's starting at safety, started a lot at cornerback. Now he's started at both places, but that's where they feel their defense is best suited at this point. And so I think that's one guy I'm going to look out for, especially. And then, of course, Tommy Hill. I mean, Tommy Hill is a guy that has been moving up the draft boards, getting a lot of attention this offseason for being able to make a few picks last year and ultimately just becoming one of Nebraska's, and not one of, probably the best cornerback that they had last season. I think that he gets one today. I think that, they're going to be able to sit on some of these things. Eventually, if you do this east-west line of scrimmage passing enough, I think a Nebraska guy can get ready and pick that off. But we will see. And that could lead to a pick six, hopefully, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Again, with UTEP, it's going to be curious to see. But I think they're gonna have to try to risk taking some shots because I have a hard time believing UTEP is going to go into this game thinking we're going to methodically run the ball, move the chains. I think they understand that this is going to be one where they're just going to probably be outmatched on that defensive front. Now, got to knock on wood because we've seen some teams, again, with offensive linemen and just really good running backs be able to take advantage. But this defense, I think they're going to be trying to get to the outside, just get whatever best play. They got wide receivers pretty solid as well. Just trying to get their guys in space, seeing if they can do enough damage. And we got, let's see, about 4 more minutes here. Buck, I'm not sure if you're going to be on me with this last one. So I'll ask you, heading into this game, it's UTEP week 1. What do you got for a score prediction?
Well, the 27.5 is where I think Vegas is usually about right. I think it'll be probably something in there. But I think Nebraska will be able to push it out a little bit further than that. Again, I envision 3+ touchdowns from Dylan Raiola. I know you say 2 would be a good day. The only reason I want to extend it out to 3 is because I'm a little worried about next week. Well, is because I want to see. I think Nebraska this week should look like Colorado did against North Dakota State, where their athleticism on the outside should overwhelm the defenders, the defensive backs from UTEP. Guys like Jalen Lloyd, I mean, some of your speedsters. I want to see a couple big, long touchdown passes today. And so I think, everybody's hoping for a big blowout, and I think hopefully you're able to get it. I think probably around I'm never good at these official ones. Sometimes I'll nail it right on the head, but I think you'd probably be happy with the 41-6 victory. We'll go with that.
41-6. Ooh,
yeah.
You're even harsher than that. I'll give mine because I'm going to give it twice here anyways. But yeah, I got 41-13.
Okay.
I'm going to give them a little more credit because I think if we get to 41 points, we probably got some of our younger guys in there. I think, you get your second. If it gets that bad, we're probably down to our third string. Probably expect some cracks in the armor there, at least enough to where they could probably get a couple field goals on top of a touchdown. But obviously, if the game's close, I don't even think I give them 13. I just said the only way I think this game really goes south is the turnover bug again, where something just happens where the running backs are just having a hard time. But these games are really just kind of about, in my opinion, is just putting your foot down right out of the gate. You look at these teams like NDSU, Western Michigan, especially in Nebraska, like you give those teams a glimmer of hope early, they're already kind of walking in there. It's a win-win situation. They're proving themselves, even though it's a lesser quote unquote opponent. But you give them all the confidence in the world, they're getting paid to be there and go play you. So it's a win-win situation. And when you have a team playing free and loose like that, that's how you get those major upsets. So yeah, I think 41-13, and that's if everything goes the way we're hoping to. Who do you think the leading receiver is? I'm gonna throw mine out there. I'll give you Nayor. Now, I don't know if we really have one receiver who even gets over 100 yards because I think it's just going to be so spread out. And knowing Satterfield, we'll certainly get the tight ends involved as well. But I'm going to go with Nayor. And then, if we're picking the touchdowns, you probably go with Banks there.
Yeah, I think Banks might. I think the idea is for Banks to be kind of your leading receiver as far as going, getting 10 yards downfield, getting a first down sort of thing. So I think he'll lead in catches. I've been talking about Lloyd all off season. I know he only had 6 catches last year. 3 of them were big, big time touchdown passes. I think you're going to see that today. I think his speed is going to overwhelm UTEP, and he'll get a few big ones. So I think in the receiving yardage category, I'd go with him, but Nair certainly would be a pick similar in mind to what kind of thinking there. One thing I will say about this game too, and you mentioned it, and it will be the same thing all year long. I'm interested to see what Heinrich Harburg looks like. First, the role that they have for him outside the quarterback position, but also hopefully you get the blowout and you get to put him in there, because all this talk that we have, and we thought that he improved, he looked better in the spring game, but you're one injury away, and I think they've helped the depth all throughout the team. So I think they're a better team than they were last year. Don't get me wrong, but you're one injury away from Dylan Raiola, and we saw it. North Carolina lost their quarterback for the season. These things happen in football. To basically having everybody hold their breath and hope you don't have 4 turnovers again, because then you'd be dealing with the same quarterback situation or a similar quarterback situation than what you had last year, which obviously had so many turnovers to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. And as we kind of wrap this thing up here, I always go with when I'm going with Nayor, is I think that's got to keep an eye on. I know Banks has kind of been the fun highlight story, rightfully so. I mean, you can go watch him at Wake Forest, but I do think, especially if Dylan Raiola is clicking, if you think the IQ that he's been praised of having is all true, I think there's a couple of studs on that wide receiver room, both those guys. And then certainly you can throw Lloyd in the mix, and that wide receiver room actually has some depth now.
Yeah.
Last year, on top of injuries, on top of just quarterback play, I mean, the depth was completely wiped out. So I think this is a game where, again, if things are clicking, if Dylan Raiola is the guy he was recruited to be, then this hopefully should be a blowout. All right, we'll throw it to our last break here. Again, this segment was sponsored by Select Plumbing. Don't go anywhere. Me and Austin Norman will wrap it up on the A1 Automotive Pregame Show.
Ready to hit the road in style? Liberty First Credit Union is revving up your ride with unbeatable auto loan specials. Cruise away with rates as low as 4.79% APR for 48 months on a 2020 or newer vehicle. Need a longer term? No worries. They've got you covered with 4.89 APR for 60 months and 4.99 APR for 72 months. Hurry, these rates are cruising fast, so don't get left in the dust. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Credit factors apply. Rates, terms, and conditions subject to change.
Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at USC in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at huskerfantravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a downtown LA hotel, exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at USC. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at huskerfantravel.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
It's time for a home technology makeover. And with special Labor Day savings on top name electronics, you can take your home, backyard, or tailgate to an all-new level. Choose from top name TVs like Sony, LG, and Samsung, including Samsung's popular frame TV that blends seamlessly into your decor. Experience game day throughout your entire home with a new audio system from Sonos, now with special Labor Day bundle savings. Transform your game day this Labor Day with the experts at Schaefer's.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
This is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. With over 20 years in the industry, I have found it's extremely gratifying to solve my customers' home financing needs and then show them the options and strategies available for them to fulfill their goals. But my biggest reward comes when I watch my valued customers experience the American dream of home ownership and move into their new home. Talk with me about your home loan at Lincoln Federal and Go Big Red. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Personal banking like you remember.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Krekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mullen Motors.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Before we're officially kicking off versus the UTEP, this segment sponsored by Mullen Motors. Get to Husker road games and youth sporting events safely this fall in a new ride from Mullen Motors, just north of 48th and Layton in Lincoln. All right, Austin Orman, we're going to go quickly here as the clock's upon us. What do you got for a score prediction, and what are you most looking forward to seeing?
I'm looking forward to seeing a win. Just win the game. I think the spread's maybe a little rich. I hope it's not, but I've got something in the neighborhood of 38-13 Huskers.
38-13. I am not too far off from you. I think I got 41-13, so I got a field goal more.
Nice.
And if everything goes well, I give them, go ahead and spot them 13 as because we should hopefully have our third stringers in there at some point if we're actually blowing them out by that much. All right, with that being said, that's already going to wrap it up. Shout out to you guys for joining us on the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Again, this segment was sponsored by Mullen Motors. You guys can go check them out just north of 48th and Layton and Lincoln. I appreciate you guys listening. Be sure to join in as soon as the clock hits 0 for the postgame show as well. Go Big Red. We'll talk to you later.